New Year, everybody. Welcome to 2022. Parents out there, I know you have kiddos getting ready to go back to school, some of them tomorrow. This is kind of the longest stretch of the school year between January and spring break. Mrs. Brinker, our WTHR education expert from Greenwood Middle School, is here to talk to us about how to get our kids through that successfully. And Mrs. Brinker, New Year's resolutions come to mind.
Absolutely. I mean, the new year is a wonderful time to talk about growth, to talk about goals, and really focus in with your kids on this being a fresh start that is going to help get them through, what you talked about, Dustin, which this is a very difficult time of the school year. It gets cold. It's kind of icky. They're a little bit burnt out. So those goals and resolutions are a great way to maybe, keep their spirits up.
So how do we start?
I would start by, and I know I sound like a broken record, but we as parents have to be a really good example for our kids. So that means that we need to set our resolutions and goals right alongside them. I would say start off the process, sit down together as a family and talk about what they did well this past year, the growth that they already made. That positive message at the beginning is going to set the tone for your goal setting together. And then, just brainstorm together.
One of the frustrations I have as a parent sometimes is I ask my kids, so what are you thinking? And they said, well, I don't know. So how do you help inspire your kids to come up with some ideas? Or on the other side of it, if they have too many ideas, how do you narrow that down?
That can happen also. I just say be organized and write those things down. Make sure, this is the pitfall for a lot of us parents. We have all kinds of things in mind that our kids should be working on. So make sure that you're just making suggestions to them, not dictating to them what those goals for the kid will be, because they're not going to meet those if they don't have ownership of that. But I would just say pick 2 or 3, maybe from the list that you guys make together, and really focus in on setting some solid goals that are measurable then.
And so once you've selected those, you've narrowed them down, you've written them down, what do you do next?
Well, at that point in time, you need to write them down, but leave space so that you can be specific with what actions you're going to take. So, maybe the child's goal is they're going to read more. Well, you need to have a specific goal under that, or an action plan that says you're going to read 15 or 20 minutes every single night. Maybe they want to keep their room cleaner. You need to have a plan for that, which is maybe Friday when they get home from school, or Saturday morning, they are going to make their bed and clean out, a drawer of their dresser or something like that. It has to be very specific so that they can be successful.
What happens if we get off track?
It happens. So I would say talk about that ahead of time with your kids as you're making the goals. Say that it's that goal for reading. Talk to them about it's going to be hard to do that when you have soccer or you have piano practice or whatever it might be. So talk about the pitfalls, but overall stay positive and remind your child when they do have those slip ups, just like we have to do for ourselves. Are you better than you were when you started? And if you can keep that in mind, that you're making progress, there are going to be little dips along the way, but if you just stay positive with it, your child will do the same.
Great guidelines, Mrs. Brinker. Thanks as always. We've got this online if you'd like to check it out at WTHR.com. We'll see you next time.
I'll see you next time.
We'll be right back.